15-minute follow along. Let's start. Please ignore that there are some sounds from our neighbors here. Spacey sounds. That sounds very spacey. Yeah. In this follow along, we will focus on the floor, or being on the floor, sitting, being a bit on the feet, crawling around. Okay. So we will start with this sit here. This is a shin box. Have a look like this. It's a 90-degree angle between the shins. Okay. Stay for a moment here. And now please bring this leg from behind into the tailor sit position. Also stay for a short moment. And now you bring the inside leg out into the shin box on the other side. This foot, you can have it long, you can have it short. It depends a bit on what you prefer now, because it depends. It changes a bit how it works for the knee. So that's your choice. Now bring this one back, but this time I bring it to the front. Then I bring this one out. Boom. I bring it back, front, inside. I bring out, and this one to the front. So I'm going to the shin box for a moment. Rock. And then into the tailor sit. Back and forth. And in the tailor sit, please, here. And from here, I take this knee into this position. That's the mermaid, little mermaid. Yeah? Under the sea. Then I'm going back, and I bring the other leg into the mermaid. So now my right one is in front. Right one stays in front when I go into the tailor sit, and then the left one goes over into the mermaid. Goes in front, back becomes the front. So same principle like before. Check. Mermaid. Okay, from the mermaid we are going into the seiza, to the shin sit seiza, the Japanese word for it, because it's so Japanese. I learned from Akira Kurosawa movies. Okay, yeah, we stay here. And now I'm going down with the head. Please notice that if you have problems with any of these movements, especially for your knees, you can always adjust the movement to how it's possible for you, which means using your hands, for example, or staying further up in the knees. Yeah. I'm going back up, and I'm going back down. Back up and back down. Okay, now you need to look at the screen for a moment. Yeah, so have a look. What I'm doing is I'm sliding down to the side like this. Okay, I'm lying down on the floor like that. Yeah, so do that, please. And then you come back and you go down same way on the other side. So from one side to the other side. So this is like how can you say it? This I would usually call the prayer position, usually with the hands in front. This is a bit like a collapsed mermaid here. The collapsed mermaid. Well, she's very sad because her father was made into, oh, how was it? I forgot. So long ago that I saw this movie. Okay, from this position, from the collapsed mermaid, have a look. From the collapsed mermaid, I rotate further, and here I'm lying now on my arm, yeah? I'm just continuing woof, until I'm here. Okay? I'm going into the plow position, which is here. It's the plow position. You can put the arms down. I need to hold the mic here. If that's not possible, you can just keep the feet up like this. Yeah, no problem. Like as I said, you adjust it to what's possible for you. As you might have noticed already, it's good to have a soft floor for this. Yeah, my floor is not super soft, but it has some softness here. I'm going back, lying on the back here, yeah, and I'm turning back like this, arm, and back into the collapsed mermaid, like this, okay? And I'm going up on the other side. And then collapsed mermaid on the other side. And I continue to rotate further until I'm again lying here, yeah, like Gregor Samsa and Franz Kafka, here on the back, okay? And now I rock, and I rock up into sitting, yeah? And I rock back, and I rock up, and I rock back, and I rock up, and I rock back, and I rock up, rock back, whoa, rock up, whoa, rock back, whoa, rock up, whoa. Okay? Now when we rock up, we will go into this position, if it's possible for you. That's if you have any problem with the knee, so that might be more difficult. So let's first go here, just rehearse the position, check it if it's possible. So if it's not possible for you to be so low here, yeah, to sit on the shin, then you need to go higher, okay? Like that. Use the hands. Okay. This position is called the half open seiza. It's half seizas only on one side, and it's open. It's an open position. Because I can also close it more. We go to the other side, like this. Half open seiza. Seiza. I think this is how you need to say it when you are in a kendo dojo. Okay. From there I'm going back. Yeah, I rock, and I go whoop into this position. And you can use the arms. Yeah, as I said, you can use the arms. Arms should be relaxed. I'm just need my arms here to hold the mic, because otherwise it crashes. Yeah? And if you feel, okay, that's too much for me, you just do a few more of those. Okay, of the first version where you just rock into a normal sitting. Good, back and forth, and then back into lying on the back. Okay, what happens now is straighten out the legs. I have my arms here, you know, like someone that has his arms here. Nothing comes to my mind. Okay, then I'm rolling over. You see, I'm rolling like this. Chuk. And then I go into a plank. Plank position. I roll back. Plank position. I roll. plank position. I roll, plank position, roll, plank position, roll, plank position. Okay, now I roll, but I roll and I pull the knees to the chest. Look, like this. Oh, I end up in the prayer position. It looks easy, but it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's easy directly. So you're here. I showed to this camera. You're here. Knee to the chest, and then you go and you can push yourself a bit up. Like eventually you don't need that. You can just go here, but you push yourself a bit up. Yeah, and I'm in the prayer position. The prayer, and from the prayer position, I want to go on all fours, like this. And I move a bit here on all fours. Here, circles. Circling from one side to the other side. Boom, and back into the prayer. And I'm rolling through the back, and I'm rolling on the other side into the prayer position. Shoop. And I'm going on all fours. Yeah, and this small space that I rolled, I'm walking on all fours sideways there. And if you can, you do it contralateral, which means my left hand is up and my right foot is up. Right hand is up and left foot is up. Shook. And I'm walking back also. Chuck, 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 chuck. Back into the prayer. Roll one more time through the lying position. Go to the other side. Go into the into all fours and walk yourself back into the squat. Okay, in the squat. Yeah, if you cannot keep the heels down, then it's also okay. You keep the heels up, so you try. It's possible. And now I'm bringing one knee down to the floor. So this is a half open kneeling position. If you want to know that, the term, if you're interested. Here you can try to push the ball of the foot down, so I'm really having a stretch in the toes. Yeah? Many toes on this planet are inflexible. It's good if they are a bit flexibilized. Then I'm going to the other side. Good. And now I'm going from one side to the other side. You can use the hands like I do, yeah. So again, like do it in a way that feels good for you. Yeah, I can also stay further up, like this is also possible. I'm going back into the squat. And now, if you have some flexibility in the squat, you're going a bit further down, like make yourself small, and then up. So I can also do that if I'm with the heels up, yeah? I can also go here, or with the heels up, going further down, further up, further down, up. But I continue to show with the heels down, down. Good. Last thing we're doing is you sit back. You sit. It's like someone is pulling me up, and I'm pulling the heels towards me. I'm using my hands. I push myself up, and if you can, you end up here with the heels down. If not, keep the heels up. One more time. Like, someone is pulling me up. And I go again. Ooh, small. And into the squat and up. And that's it. Good.